Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be studying about conventional sources of energy. So let's start the video. Okay, so conventional sources of energy, we have coal. Let's scroll down a bit. Okay, what about coal? Coal is important mineral in India. It occurs as a sedimentary rock in association with carbonaceous shale, sandstone, and fine clay. We have studied about this in earlier mineral resources. If you haven't seen this video, go check it out. So depending upon the amount of carbon and moisture content, coal can be divided into four main types. These are anthracite, bituminous, lignite, and peat. Just scroll down. Wait a minute. Okay, that should be good. So anthracite, highest and hardest quality coal, burns slowly without smoke, high heating value. Then we have bituminous, highest and hardest quality coal, burns slowly without smoke, high heating value and leaves very little smoke. Then we have lignite, known as brown coal. It is a lower grade coal. It has about 40% of carbon and has less combustible matter. And then we have peat, first stage of transformation of wood into coal. It is inferior to other three varieties of coal. So this has 40%, this has this has 90%, and this had somewhat 50% to 70%. Okay, so let's move on. Distribution and uses of varieties of coal in India. So we have anthracite, which is found in Jammu Kashmir, bituminous, which is found in Gondwana coalfields, lignite is found in Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, West Bengal, Bengal, and Puducherry. So you only need to remember the first two states. And peat, we have Nilgiri Mountains, Kashmir Valley, and swampy areas of coastal plains. So what are the uses of anthracite? It is ideal for domestic use. It is used for metallurgical processes in iron and steel industry. Bituminous, known as cooking coal, as it is used to produce coke, coal gas, and steam coal. High-grade bituminous coal is also used for domestic purposes. Lignite is used for generation of electricity. Now let's look at the advantages of coal. First, let me scroll down. Okay. So the advantages of coal are, it is an important source of power for running machines, basically automobiles, trains, ships, and dynamos. Coal is used in the manufacturing of iron and steel. It is a source of direct heat for domestic purposes, burning of bricks, tiles, and in iron and brass factories. And the fourth point, you only need to remember three, but you can look at the fourth point right now. When coal is burnt in a closed chamber, a variety of chemicals such as ammonia and benzol are obtained as byproduct. Now, the disadvantages of coal are, the calorific value of coal found in India is low. Coal reserves in India are scattered and limited. So this is the first point, and this is the second point. The cost of production and transportation of coal is very high. And the fourth point, burning of coal results in large scale pollution. So this is probably the most important point. The second point that you could see is that it's scattered and limited. The third point is that calorific value of coal is found in India is low. So you could choose the points according to your liking. Okay, now let's look at some additional features and characteristics of coal. So there are two main coal fields in India. There are Gondwana coalfields and tertiary coalfields. So basically, the coalfield is largely confined to river valleys like Damodar, Mahanadi, and Godavari. The Gondwana coalfields are found in the states of West Bengal and Jharkhand. Only remember the first two states. Coal found in the tertiary coal fields have high moisture content. They are found in Assam or Arunachal Pradesh. That's the only thing you remember. Now, from this, we can conclude that tertiary coal fields are found in northeast parts of India. Okay, so let's move on. Now we have petroleum. Now, what about petroleum? So basically, petroleum is an important mineral resource. It is known as liquid gold because not even the tiniest part of crude petroleum goes waste or remains unused. This is a very important question. Why is petroleum known as liquid gold? So this is the definition. Petroleum is found in underground reservoirs and sedimentary rock formations like sandstone, shale, and limestone. Petrol, diesel, kerosene, tar, etc. are some of the products which are obtained during the refining process. Now, what are the advantages of using petroleum? It has high density. 1 kg of oil can generate a lot of energy, exactly 10,000 kilocalories of energy. This KCAL is known as kilocalorie. Okay, this is the first point. The second point, petroleum is liquid in form and can be transported through pipes or vehicles. The third point, it is used as a fuel. Its byproducts are used as a fuel, including diesel, gasoline, jet fuel, etc. And the fourth point, petroleum after refining is used for production of various petrochemical products. Petrochemical products, you'll be studying it in mineral-based industries. So these are the only 3 points or 4 points you need to remember. Now let's move on. Now the disadvantages of petroleum. The first point, petroleum is a non-renewable source of energy, hence its availability is limited. Because of ever increasing demand, petroleum resources are fast depleting. Extracting and burning of petroleum generates greenhouse gases that contribute to environment pollution and global warming. Similarly, we can observe the similar case in case of coal, usage of coal. The third point, because of petroleum's limited supply and high demand, the cost is high. The fourth point, it is highly inflammable and can cause fire. Spilling of oil in water can not only pollute the oceans, but also leads to the death of number of marine animals. Okay, now let's look at oil refineries. I'll just erase all of this and scroll down a bit. Okay. Crude oil is refined in the process and processed in refineries to produce light distilleries like gasoline, LPG, and naphtha. You could read this whole para by yourself. The Reliance Petroleum Limited at Jamnagar in Gujarat was the first refinery in the private sector and is the largest oil refinery in the world. Distribution. Mumbai High is an offshore oil field located 176 km off Mumbai shore in the Arabian Sea. It is the most productive oil field and has a reserve of 5 crore tons of oil. Digboy oil field in Upper Assam is the biggest oil field in India. In Gujarat, Cambe. Now, note that there is a difference between oil field and oil refinery. The biggest oil refinery in India and the world is the Reliance Petroleum Limited at Jamnagar, and the biggest oil field in India is the Digboy oil field in Upper Assam. In Gujarat also, Cambe Basin is an important oil-bearing site. The other important oil-bearing sites in the state are Kalol, Koyali, Kusamba, Sanand, Ankleshwar. Ankleshwar is the most widely recognized oil field after Cambe Basin. Okay, so let's move on. Now we have natural gas. So natural gas occurs in association with mineral oil. It is a fossil fuel. It is found along with deposits of oil because it has been formed by decomposing remains of dead animals and plants buried under the earth. So this is basically classified it as a sedimentary non-metallic mineral. Sedimentary non-metallic mineral. Okay, so let's move on. Distribution. More than 3/4 of India's natural gas comes from Mumbai High. The rest is produced in Assam, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, and Tripura. Just remember 2 states. Okay, let's look at the advantages of natural gas. Just remember 3 points. It is an environment-friendly fuel. It is easier to preserve the fuel. It can be stored and transported through pipelines, cylinders, or in tankers on land and sea. This is the first point. This is the second point. And finally, the third point, it is cheaper. It is a cheaper fuel than diesel or gasoline. So these are some of the advantages of natural gas. Now let's look at the disadvantages of natural gas. Okay. Leaks in natural gas are extremely dangerous. They may result in explosion and fire. Natural gas is a fossil fuel and hence a non-renewable source of energy. Infrastructure requiring the setting up of the production process and distribution of gas is very, very expensive. Natural gas, when used as a fuel in vehicles, provides less mileage than gasoline. Okay, now finally, let's move on to Hydel power. Okay, electricity that is generated from water is known as Hydel power. The name suggests it is generated when water stored in a dam falls from a great height on a turbine whose blades then move with a great force. Okay, this in turn rotates the generator and produces electricity. So how they may ask in exam, how does Hydel power contribute to the production of electricity? So you can write this definition. It is generated when water stored in dam falls till rotates the generator and produces electricity. Okay, so let's move on to the advantages of Hydel power. It is clean, non-polluting source of energy, does not release any toxic gases. It is renewable sources of energy which can be repeatedly used. The dams built to produce hydroelectricity help in saving and restoring water. It is economic and sustainable. Okay, let's move on to the disadvantages of Hydel power. Now, the disadvantages of Hydel power are the initial cost of building dams for generating high hydroelectricity is extremely high. Building a large dam results in destruction and submergence of forests on a large scale, and also the what you call the underground table. Building of huge dams may trigger earthquake in areas. So the second and the third point are same. And finally, the fourth point, dams built may displace people from the villages. They may also lose their source of livelihood. Okay, let's move on to the Bhakra Nangal Dam. So this project is a joint venture of Punjab, Haryana, and Rajasthan governments. Remember the states? Bhakra Nangal Dam is the second highest dam in India. Gobind Sagar is the name of the reservoir of the Bhakra Nangal Dam. With a storage capacity of 9.3 billion cubic meters, it is the third largest water reservoir in India. So it comprises of Bhakra Dam, it comprises of the Nangal Dam. It is built on the river Satluj in Punjab. And we have the powerhouses. Then we have the Bhakra Canal system. And let's scroll down. Then we have the Hirakud Dam. Let me erase all of this. This dam is built across the river Mahanadi. So do remember the rivers. It is very, very important. So in the earlier dam, we may remember that it is built on the river Satluj, but the Hirakud Dam is built on the river Mahanadi. Don't confuse the two. It was one of the earliest multi-purpose river projects that started off after independence. Its construction was completed in 1953. It is the longest major earthen dam in Asia. Do remember this, longest major earthen dam in Asia, not the world. The dam is also forms the biggest artificial lake in Asia. There are two observational towers on the dam at each side. One is Gandhi Minar and one is the Nehru Minar. Benefits of Hirakud Dam. The dam helps controls floods in the Mahanadi Delta. The project provides irrigation to Kharif and Rabi crops in the districts of Sambalpur and Bargarh. The dam can generate up to 307.5 megawatt of electrical power through its two power plants at Burla and Chimplima. Okay, so let's scroll down. So ahead, there are a lot of technical terms. You don't need to remember them. Only remember 3 points. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you learned and enjoyed this video. This video will be uploaded on IsEqualTo Classes Shillong, so be sure to check this video out, along with other videos covering various subjects such as maths, history, geography. So do check them out too. Thanks a lot. Stay safe, stay home, stay safe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.